Welcome to the Wolfpack Training Center here on the campus of NC State University in Raleigh, North Carolina, as we get set for the 11v11 Intramural soccer finals between Skema, the team wearing black t-shirts on this one, going from right to left here in the first half. The other side you have in the red Intramural tanks, you have the Green Street Hooligans. And they will start with the ball in this one. It'll be interesting to watch the fatigue effect of this game. As we saw earlier, both of these teams played their semifinal matchups. In fact, the Green Street Hooligans just finished up their semifinal game, so they certainly will have some fatigue to battle with in this one. We'll see how it goes. They've started with the ball and they'll possess in their own half. Up the field, turned right back by Skema. They battle for it right at the half line. Pushed back by Skema. They will continue to play. Skema wanted a foul there on Green Street Hooligans. The Hooligan player had his hands up, indicating he did nothing wrong, and apparently the referee agrees, so we'll turn it back, and now a foul on Skema, so a free kick coming here for the Hooligans. Set up as a fairly deep kick. They're going to try and play it to the back side of the 6-yard box. Line drive in, skipped up header out of play off of a Skema defender. So that will be a corner kick coming up for the Hooligans. Good start offensively for Green Street. Skema, in their matchup in the semifinals, dominated their opponent. They came away with a 4-0 win, 2 goals in each half. Really never lost control. They've been a tough team to deal with all year in this league, so certainly they'll be looking for that championship shirt after this one, but plenty of time left to go in the first half as the corner comes in, immediately headed back out by a Skema defender, and the defense of the Hooligans will let it run out of bounds on the far sideline, and they'll take the throw-in. All the way down into the corner, poked out of bounds, out past the goal line, so another corner kick coming for the Hooligans. A great start, and this is something that Skema is not used to. They're usually the team on the offense, so they spent the majority of their semifinal game on the attack, and they're having to defend here early. We'll see how they respond to that as we get the second corner of the game for the Green Street Hooligans coming here from that far side. Played in and headed right back out. A lot of time and space. There's a Skema player there to pick it up. He'll drop it back, and then it's cleared out by the defense. Met at half field by the Hooligans defense, and they'll turn it back, where Skema will pick it up and advance it once again. Ball gets behind the defense. Some pressure there from the center defender, and Skema is able to force a corner kick here, I believe. I'm not sure what the Hooligan defender was doing there. Plenty of time to turn the opposite way, but he turns into a Skema forward and has to kick it out past his own goal line, and now a corner kick coming up for the men in black. Quite a following here for the Skema team, made up by a majority of French players. You have a lot of French students out here. Great atmosphere, great support for the Skema team as their corner kick is thwarted by the Hooligan defense and knocked back out, where Green Street will try and get it up, and a ball to the face. Guy goes down immediately. And he's down on the ground. There's a foul called. The Hooligans not happy with the call at all. It's tough to see what happened. It happened very quickly. It looked like he got the ball to the face, and that's why I think the Hooligans are upset as they get called for a foul. At least based on the body language and what I'm seeing right now, that's what it looks like it'll be. The injured player still on the ground being attended to by the medical staff here right now, and he'll slowly get up. Looks like he'll be okay, but it will be a free kick for Skema. Still, the Hooligans players arguing with the referee about that call, and based on what I saw, I'd have to agree with him. It didn't look like there was enough contact there to warrant a foul. Nevertheless, here comes the free kick. Ball in bouncing, rebound left out, swing and a miss from the offensive player for Skema. And it was knocked wide on the second try, but a break there for the Hooligans as the keeper for Green Street short hopped the free kick and left it right out in front, a wide open net, and Skema can't capitalize. Now brought back up by the Hooligans off the goal kick. And pressured there by 3 Skema defenders, and they take it back. The Hooligans want an out of bounds call. They're not going to get it though, so space here for Skema as they'll switch fields and get it out of the defense. That pass though stolen away and now knocked out of bounds. It tips off of a Hooligan player and out of bounds. So we will have a throw in here for Skema. Plenty of numbers back. He decides to throw it forward though into 3 Hooligan players. Triple team there from the Hooligans, and they'll knock it out of bounds for another throw. I'll tell you, these students here need to be careful. They're right up on the sidelines. They've lined it most of the way down both sidelines. They're right up really in the middle of play. If someone comes flying out of bounds, we could see a collision. Throw in there, poked away by the Hooligan defense, and then airmailed into the netting back behind the goal line on that far left side for a goal kick for the Hooligans. It's about 5 minutes into this first half, still a 0-0 score in this 11v11 intramural soccer final between the Green Street Hooligans and Skema. Skema tries to turn it back at half field. Good challenge there from the Hooligan defender, and he'll knock it out of bounds for a throw. Now thrown back in and off of the Skema player who can't handle the ball in the air. He knocks it out of bounds. The Hooligans will get right back at it with a throw. Lots of time and space. Around one man up to center field, where it's finally poked away, and they'll turn it back with speed. Skema. In they come. The forward has it poked away. Great job getting back by the Hooligan defender. He'll save it on the goal line and clear it back out. Taken down there by Skema in the midfield. Down the left side. Here comes the cross, and it's headed back out by a Hooligan defender. Picked up the slow roll by the keeper, and he'll get to punt it out here and out of harm's way for the Hooligans. We started to see the field turn a little bit in the favor of Skema, and we're going to get a foul here, and something the Hooligans are going to have to get used to if this is the way the referee's going to call this game. It's very European style. When you get pressured hard, try to draw the foul. It's exactly what the Skema player was able to do there. It looked like a healthy challenge from my point of view, but foul called by the referee. Now a free kick coming for Skema. Knocked down, and it will be headed out. It stay in bounds. View's blocked there. It was kept in, and it'll be brought back up by the Hooligans. That clearance deflected out of bounds, though. Throw in for Green Street. Still waiting here for the throw, and no one coming over to help. So you can't see anyone other than the thrower in the screen, as now someone finally comes in. It looks like he was looking for a replacement thrower on this one. So we get some substitutes in for the first time in this game. Thrown down the sideline, immediately headed out of bounds by a defender for Skema. Another throw in, this time farther up the field, near about half field at this point for the Hooligans. And they'll take it off the throw. They'll keep it here on the near side. Spins off of one man and back to the defense, where the Hooligans will look to switch fields. Not a lot of space. Now he finds some space in the middle, gets it up to the outside. Now up a through ball behind the forward, though. The Skema defender will let it roll out of bounds for a goal kick. Good chance there for the Hooligans, though. That's probably the best sequence of passes that we've seen so far. Great job by the Hooligan defender to find some space and get up and then find a man upfield. It's the best, really, sequence that we've seen so far, the most organized set of passes. Battle for it off the goal kick. Skema comes away with it, and he'll bring it upfield, just across half field, turned back, but taken again by Skema and advanced. Finally gaining control of it. The Hooligans bouncing ball, now stolen away again by Skema. And they look to play a through ball. The Hooligans went offside. It's not going to get called there by the sideline referee. The cross blocked away by the defender, and it rolls out of bounds, but not before it was saved at the goal line and cleared out for a throw. Excellent hustle play there by the Hooligan defender to avoid giving Skema their second corner kick of the half. Here's the throw in into the box over the head of the defender and the teammate of the Skema thrower, and now cleared back out by a Hooligan defender. And up where the Hooligan defense will take control of it. A lot of balls being played in the air right now. These teams struggling to control it and bring the ball down. You still see it bouncing. Finally, a rolling ball gets to the far side. Skema with control. They'll turn it back to midfield, looking for space, and that's something that both of these teams on the defensive side have done very well so far, is take away the space and not allow either team to have much time to make passes and to make plays. Back up, the Hooligans will control. Now they're finding some space as they switch fields down that far side. Held there, double teamed by two defenders. He gets out of it, leaves it along the sideline for a teammate. Now triple teamed and knocked out of bounds by Skema. So still Hooligan ball, quick throw in, flicked off of the head of the defender, coming out. Keeper, excellent awareness there by the keeper to come out and scoop that one up out of harm's way. High punt knocked back and taken there by the Hooligans at half field. They'll possess. He's trying to find some space. One defender on him there. And we have a little bit of a scuffle going on. We're going to get a whistle and a foul here. Play has been stopped. The referee coming over to sort it out as the two got tangled up in the previous play. They'll shake hands and walk away. No cards given out, but it will be, it looks like a free kick for the Green Street Hooligans. And they'll quickly play it down into the corner. Cross in. They've got a chance here coming off the head, and it goes just wide. A good chance for the Hooligans there. An excellent cross and a great play to start that free kick early. As long as you don't ask for 10 yards and the Hooligans didn't there, you can play that ball immediately. So the Hooligan player spots it up and gets it down into that right corner. An excellent cross and a good header, just not quite the right placement on the shot. A goal kick coming here for Skema. Little over halfway through this first half, still no score. Of course, part of that could be due to the fact that these teams are winded, and they do look it right now. Not nearly as much energy as we saw out of either of these teams in their semifinal matches. That's understandable, as they've had very little rest coming into this game. Turned back by Skema. That one knocked off the hand of the Skema player. No whistle blown for a handball, but the Hooligans get it right back and will play it up. A good chance coming here as he's got space. Can he reach it before it's out of bounds? No, he can't. But they will call it a Hooligan throw-in, it appears. Oh no, the referee correcting him now as the Hooligan player wanted to throw it in, but he stopped, and so Skema will get the throw here. Play it back at the defense, still trying to find that space. Both teams covering the passing lanes very well. That one having to be lofted all the way across the field. Not able to handle it was the Skema player, and it quickly thrown back in by the Hooligans as they go to work down in the corner. Shielding it out of bounds. It will be a corner kick, and the Skema defender not happy about that. He didn't think he touched it. But the sideline referee down there had a perfect angle, and so the third corner of the game coming up here for Green Street. Certainly favors Skema. They have some taller bodies. We'll see as this one gets played in. The defender on the near post heads it right back out of bounds. Well played there, and it's just excellent execution there by Skema. You have the player there, as you can see, guarding the front post, and he does exactly what he's supposed to do. Any ball coming in towards him, get it out of the area. He does just that, but it will be another corner here for the Hooligans. And here it comes. This one out a little bit farther, loose in front, bouncing around. They swing at it, no good, and it'll be brought back out by Skema. Good chance here if they can find the space and the speed. Down the left sideline, cutting back to the middle, and sent all the way across the field, far side now. It'll be brought up. Again back across the diagonal through ball, stepping up and taking it away the Hooligans, and they'll clear it back across half field where it'll be taken by a forward for Green Street. Down into the far corner, poked away by a defender and out of bounds. So a throw-in coming here for the Hooligans. Here it comes, trying to get a long throw in. It gets to the front of the 6-yard box, and it's headed out and pops straight up in the air. It'll be a jump ball headed down and out of play on the far side by a Skema defender, so another throw-in coming for Green Street. Getting down into the final 5 or so minutes of this half. Still no score yet. Trapped down with the chest off the throw and right back to the thrower. He's tripped up. A free kick coming, essentially a corner kick for the Hooligans as the Green Street player beat his defender and was tripped up. Another good chance coming here for the Hooligans. This will be a better angle than a corner. It's about 5 or 6 yards off the end line. So a perfect angle for a cross here. Here it comes. Low on the ground, bouncing around right by the PK dot, and it's knocked out by a Skema defender, and they'll advance it all the way up across half before the defense of the Hooligans steps in and knocks it back up the field. Another chance coming here for the Hooligans. Bouncing ball crossed across, and it'll be chested down by a Hooligan player in the box, trying to get around, and the ball that was popped up over the head of the defender. So another one comes in to help, heads it out of bounds. And another throw-in down deep in their offensive end for the Hooligans. Longer throw getting in here, headed back out by Skema, turned right back, and volleyed out of bounds by Green Street for a goal kick, and finally a chance to rest for the Skema defense, and they need it right now. And we wait the goal kick as it's short, but bicycled along by another Skema player, taken down by the Hooligans. They try to turn it back. We have a foul called here, and Skema not happy, but the Hooligan player's still on the ground. So we see another good chance coming here for the Hooligans. I didn't quite catch that as it happened just a little bit behind the play, but it looked like some feet got tangled up. Everyone's all right. Skema using a delay tactic here, standing only about 6 or 7 yards in front of the ball, so the Hooligans will call for the 10 yards. Smart play there by the defense of by the players forming the wall for Skema, because they allow their goaltender or their goalkeeper as well as their defenders to get back and get in position for this free kick, which is in a very dangerous area for the Hooligans. Line drive kick knocked down by the cleat of the Skema player in the wall, and they try and push it up quickly. They had numbers, but retreating the Hooligan defenders, and they'll take the ball back as they finally gather down the bouncing ball. That pass immediately, though, intercepted by a Skema player and turned back up, trapped down by the shoulder. They can't control it. The Hooligans take it back. We're going to have a foul called on the Skema player. A little bit of pushing and shoving going here. Both players not happy about it, but it was a very strong challenge there from the Skema player. It looked to be clean, and it took a while to make the foul call, but the referee does make it, so a free kick coming here. So we're about down to the last minute of this first half. Still no scores. Skema defending right now. The Hooligans with it just past midfield. It's poked back along. Skema player picks it up. They'll bring it down the near side. Retreating now, the defender for the Hooligans knocks it out of bounds. Excellent play getting back, but a throw-in coming here and a good chance for Skema. This will be a very important part of the game. The first and last minutes of a half are always important. It's where you see the most energy out of teams. And here's a good chance coming down the left side. The cross on the ground gets through, and it's poked away by a defender for the Hooligans. Great sliding play there. Turned right back. A bouncing ball through the hands of the goalkeeper, but he gets back to it before it crosses the line, and no harm done for the Hooligans. Punted back out, bouncing ball over the defense, coming in and turned back out by Skema. Towards midfield, poked along this near side, and advanced again. Up past half, turned back, and now finding space. Skema forward gets it across to the far side. Brings it up to half now, just across, he'll stop. He's got two Hooligan defenders on him, gets it down to the sideline and back towards the center now. Up again, strong challenge. These are the two players challenging each other who were challenging earlier, and we saw the foul called. No foul this time, though. The centering cross knocked back out, and finally up where it can be played by a Skema player. Strong shot goes wide. We'll have a goal kick here in the waning seconds of the half. This could very well be the final play of the first half. Controlled off the goal kick by the Hooligans, now at half. They advance, put back, but still held onto by the Hooligans. They struggle still to get it through the midfield. Finally brought along, popped down the far side, chested down by a Hooligan player. He's challenged there, the ball loose, and he comes back away with it. It just seems like Skema players coming out of the woodwork to defend there, and they knock it back out to half. And finally on further. So we'll roll all the way down to the defense of the Hooligans and cleared back out at the top of the 18-yard box. All the way back down to the defense of Skema. We play a little bit of ping pong here as both teams just knocking it back and forth. You can see the fatigue setting in right now. It looks like we'll have a foul called here. Right outside the 18-yard box. A great chance coming here for the Hooligans. The Skema players continue to argue with the referee about this call, but they're getting nowhere with it. It looks like this will be placed just outside the 18-yard box. An excellent chance. A strong strike from here could find the back of the net, or a well-placed cross could find a head that puts it in the back of the net. A lot of different ways to score here for the Hooligans, and an excellent opportunity here as we get down to the end of the first half. A group of three Hooligan players up there discussing what they want to do, and now they'll start to back away as the referee signals that he's ready for the kick. 4 Hooligan players around the ball right now. We could be looking at some sort of trick play here. It looks like it's an indirect kick, so there's going to have to be some sort of contact before the ball can be hit at the net. Passed along, the shot coming low, blocked by a Skema defender, and they'll get it out of harm's way and up the field. Down the near side, past the head of a Hooligan defender, picked up by a Skema forward. And he has it stolen away, and we're going to have a foul called. A little bit of a questionable call there that looked like more ball than body. It looked fairly clean, but the referee keeping a tight grip on this game is not necessarily a bad idea. Very competitive championship game, and Skema advancing the ball 10 yards up the field, and finally the referee is going to call him and tell him take it back to the original placement. Sneaky play there from this Skema team, trying to find any advantage possible, and sometimes that's what you have to do in a championship game. Free kick coming, though, for Skema. Across half field, he's going to boot this one way in. And it will bounce all the way out of play past the goal line for another goal kick. Both teams with some decent chances and some opportunities to put themselves in position to score. And no one quite able to connect the dots yet as that one's cleared out on the goal kick. Controlled back by Skema before losing it at the defense, and a foul call now on Skema. The referee indicating his questioned by the Skema player that he grabbed his jersey, but immediately playing at the Hooligans. A good chance there as they turn it back, but Skema's defense is there to shut it down. Battle for it at half. It's turned back up and cleared again by Green Street. And the whistle sounds. That will do it for the first half. Very tightly contested half. A lot of chances. No one able to find the back of the net yet, though. We'll see what happens when we come back for the second half. The score right now, 0-0. Now we're underway for the second half. No score. Both teams a fairly strong half, as strong as you could ask for it, the circumstances being as they are. Both teams having played a game before this within 2 hours prior to the start of this game. So right now it certainly seems like the Hooligans have a little bit of the upper hand. They've spent more of the time on the attack. They've had more shots, some better opportunities, as well as 3 corners that gave them excellent chances, and they couldn't put any of them home. Only thing left to do for the Hooligans is find the back of the net on one of these. Now for Skema, they're going to have to find a way to produce some more offense and get this ball up the field more, because they're able to defend well and limit the opportunities that the Hooligans get down in their 18-yard box, but once the ball gets up near half field, they're outmanned and they can't control it. That's really been a problem for both teams, is controlling the ball through the middle of the field and finding a way to create chances that way. If anyone is going to score in this game, that's how it's going to happen. A takedown there, and immediately signaling he was in the wrong, the Skema player helps up the Hooligan. And a free kick coming here for Green Street. Another good chance to start this half. Now here comes the kick. High ball coming in, and it will go over the goal and out of play. That is a wasted kick there for the Hooligans. In a game like this, where it certainly seems that one goal would win it, those are the chances you can't afford to waste. And a goal kick coming here for Skema. All the way across half on the kick. Controlled, turned back up by the Hooligans, and they give it away to Skema, who knocks it out of bounds. Hooligans with it again off the throw, chested down and sent up. Turned back by the defense of Skema, and they'll battle for it again at the half line before it's knocked down in on goal. Skema goaltender now will get a punt away here. Back up the field. Again, the 3 balls all being won by the defending team. The team with the ball off goal kicks and off of punts, not getting in position to win these balls. And if either of these teams want to find a goal, they're going to have to do that. Now a throw-in as that ball was mishandled by the Hooligans. Skema will get it in play. Finally seeing the team get together. A lot of passes. Great sequence here coming for Skema, as that's the 5th pass that they've connected. They're finding their lanes and they're finding the open space. Most importantly, they're being very patient. Now some open space is going to take it. Crossover turns back and knocked down on the play, and a foul called. And the Hooligans not happy. They're used to being able to play a little more physically than that. The referee calls the foul on that one. A free kick coming from a great area here for Skema. So it'll be probably about 35 yards out, maybe a little bit less than that. So a chance to put it on net, but also a chance to cross it in this one. As he goes for the net, goes straight over the crossbar. way too strong. Not a surprise, though. In an intramural league, it is tough to find players who are able to control and place the ball well enough to score on a kick from that far out. If I were Skema in that situation, I may have tried to play that ball to the far corner of that 6-yard box and get a head back across for a chance. Nevertheless, that ball went out of bounds, and here comes the goal kick for the Hooligans. Turned back, though, off the kick. In comes Skema down there. The cross blocked away by the Hooligan defender and out of bounds. Excellent play to get back there by the Hooligans. One thing that both teams have done well, and is certainly a reason they're here. They have done a great job retreating and defending on transition plays, and it looks like they actually will be an offsides call. That turns it back, but the ball immediately stolen back by Skema. Controlling it right around the half circle. The ball sent down the near side, intended for a man streaking down that right side, but just out of his reach. A throw-in coming for the Hooligans. You can see on your screen now a French flag being waved. This Skema team is made up of a majority of French players. Again, almost the entire French community here at NC State out to support them. It's made for quite an atmosphere out here today in both their semifinal match and now this final match. We're about 4 or so minutes into the second half. These are 20-minute halves, run clock, and unlike a traditional soccer game, if it is tied after regulation, we go straight to penalties. There is no extra time, no 2 10-minute halves, no golden goal, just straight to penalty kicks, best of 5 if we end up in a tie. Now a free kick coming here for the Hooligans, well across half field, so they'll just play it in looking for possession, but right to a Skema player who turns it back. And the bouncing ball now controlled by the Hooligans and played back in. A chance coming here. Great play at the defense to come in and challenge that. Into the near corner, and he'll just knock it out of play for a throw. It's one of the things that makes both of these teams so good is they're very smart defensively. Anytime that you do a good job defensively, you're going to keep yourself in a game, as both of these teams are doing so far. Still no score. Roughly 15 minutes remaining in this contest. If we're still tied at that point, we'll have penalty kicks. Cross across and headed out of bounds by a defender for Skema. From the vantage point we have, it looked like he almost knocked that into the net. But it will be a corner kick coming up for Green Street here. There it is, coming from the far side. It's headed away and out of bounds. Another goal kick coming again. If you're just joining us, the Green Street Hooligans and Skema facing off in the 11v11 Intramural Soccer Finals in the Wolfpack Training Center League here at NC State. Hooligans in the red intramural tanks and the black t-shirts is Skema. Skema going left to right this half. On the other end, the Hooligans going right to left. No effect, though, on the way that you're going, because the sun is no longer in play. It was for the semifinal matchups, but it has since gone down on the horizon, so you can't see it anymore. We're playing under artificial light at this point. Skema turns it back. A good chance coming here. Great challenge there by the Hooligan defender, but he loses it right back, and Skema will continue to advance. Now retreating as all the space taken up by Hooligan defenders. The great play cleared out of bounds by the Hooligans and off of a Skema player, so a Hooligan throw-in. And again, you see great job by Green Street coming back and defending well in transition. So if they hadn't been doing that all game, they could very easily be down by 2 or 3 goals right now. Substitution for the Hooligans. They'll get some fresh legs into the game. So we've reached about the 7-minute mark of this second half. play ping pong with it now in the Hooligan end. Both teams having trouble bringing down the bouncing ball. Skema finally does, though. Top of the box, crossover, gets it outside. Controlled there, defended tightly in the box. Back up to the top of the box and poked away by a defender. Loose ball picked up again by Skema as they continue to control this game right now. Turn back, advantage given on that trip. So Skema will maintain possession. Through ball sent in a little bit long and cleared right into the chest of the Skema forward, and now another one goes down. So they're getting hit with balls left and right, but they will maintain control and Skema will turn it back. Good pressure there by the Hooligans. Bouncing ball loose, finally controlled by the Hooligans, and they'll try to settle it down and get some order in this second half. Cleared back out all the way down. Taken at the defense by Skema. And they'll advance it up across half. Pass intercepted though, and the Hooligans turn it back the other way. Down the near side, loose ball into the box. He's going to get a shot off, and it's headed away by the defense. Bouncing ball volleyed over the top and into the netting. Behind the actual cage. Keeps the ball from going over that fence, but great opportunity, one of the best of the half and of the game that we've seen here from Green Street. It just seems like neither team can quite find that last pass and that shot to put themselves in the lead. Goal kick coming here for Skema as the subs finally get off the field. It's knocked back up. Controlled at the defense by the Hooligans. Continue to hold on to a bouncing ball though, taken down by Skema. It's loose. Up the far sideline now they go. Looking to switch fields right into the feet of a defender for the Hooligans who clears it back up. And they do the same thing again. A lot of heads playing the ball right now. No one bringing it down. These teams need to get the ball under control and keep it on the ground a little bit more. Both teams have found more success that way. All the way back to the final defender for the Hooligans. He'll turn up the sideline and miscommunication. He pokes it out of bounds. And we have a little bit of a skirmish over on the sidelines. Now some of the fans getting into it as two players ran into each other and had some words, and some of the French students stepped in to try and break it up. You have to be careful there if you're a student. You have to try not to interfere too much with the game there. And it looks like all's well that ends well. Both players stay in the game, no cards given. We do have the supervisor coming over, and it looks like she's going to have a word with some of the people on the sideline, or at least stay over here where she can keep everything under control. Skema off the throw, controls. Back across the center of the field. They're finding space now. That shot high and wide. A good chance there, though, for Skema. Probably their best of the half so far as we've hit about the 10-minute mark of this second half. Teams continuing to wear it down a little bit. The energy level just not there right now on both sides. And that certainly is contributing to this scoreless game right now. Turned back up by Skema. Lofted into the corner. Excellent pass. Off the bounce, the cross left-footed into the side of the net for a goal kick, and Green Street will look to get it out here. Goal kick controlled by Skema. They turn it right back with speed. Can he beat it to the corner? No, he can't. And the ball rolls out for another goal kick. And again, these teams just not quite connecting. And the real reason seems to be that neither has a very strong midfield game or even a really good plan for the midfield. Very disorganized to the middle of the field on both sides. Not a lot of passes being connected, although we have seen a couple of times where both Skema and Green Street have been able to connect those passes through the middle and create really good chances that they haven't been able to put home. And it's really going to be a matter of which midfield can get the game under control first, and that's the team that will have the advantage. Throw in for Skema, stolen away immediately by the Hooligans, but the bouncing ball cleared back out by a Skema defender. That could have been dangerous and a good chance for the Hooligans, but they're going to have to start over from about half field as that one is booted high and far out of play for a Skema throw. Control it off the throw. The through ball picked off. And clearance blocked away by the hand of a Skema player, and we'll get a stoppage here and a free kick coming. And it certainly seemed to be the right call. When you're going up to block a clearance like that, you jump. Sometimes your hands aren't necessarily kept under control, and that's the case there. A free kick booted back downfield by the Green Street Hooligans. Skema controls, flicked on, taken control of by the Hooligans at center field. Look to find some space at the defense. Pass up to the midfield, stolen and flicked on. Chance coming here if they can control it for Skema, they do. Double team though, no teammates there. And he'll have to retreat with it. And it's knocked out of bounds for another Skema throw. They elect to throw it back to the defense, but they can control it better. Smart play there by Skema. But again, trying to go over the top, and again, headed back out by the Hooligans. These teams continue to try to do the same thing, and they're essentially just beating a dead horse here, as both teams are trying to play the long balls. Hard foul there, it looked like, but the player staying down. It looks like he might just be adjusting his socks, just trying to make the call, and it's going to be a cramp, actually, as he goes down. And good show of sportsmanship there from the Skema players. It'll help them stretch that out. So it will be a throw-in for the Hooligans now as we get play back underway. The header pops straight up. Both Skema players go down, leaving the Hooligan there to pick it up. And he's immediately ganged up on by numerous defenders from Skema, and the loose ball rolls into the keeper, and he'll pick it up. Punt back out, knocked out of play there by a Hooligan. And again, the defending team doing a much better job controlling off of the balls out of the air. The Hooligans come away with that one. Slide tackle. And the French fans here are not happy with it, but that is a rule. You are not allowed to slide tackle in NC State's Intramural League, so an easy call there for the referee. And a free kick just across half field for the Hooligans coming here, as both teams are running out of time to find a goal before we head to penalty kicks. The free kick stolen away by Skema and cleared out of bounds for a throw-in. And the Hooligans will start over again. Double team there, knocked out of bounds, and another throw-in for Green Street. Flicked on off the throw, controlled there in the air by Skema as they poke it back up. The ball still bouncing, finally settled down by a Hooligan player as he'll dribble down the half line to the far side before it's poked out of bounds for a throw. Flicked on, excellent play there by the Hooligan midfielder. He gets it down the right side. Cross coming if there's space, and there's not. The Skema defense pokes it out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in. That ball stayed barely along the outer line, and another throw-in coming here. Long throw coming in for the Hooligans. Headed back out by Skema. Still no goals. We're down inside the last half of this second half, so both teams trying to dig deep here. Controlled out of the air by the Hooligans, but lost immediately. Coming back the other way, a good chance in transition if they can get to it. And it's knocked out of bounds. Skema ball on the throw-in. Deep in the corner, Skema with the throw. Everyone is going to back into the box. It looks like they've got a long thrower out there. And they'll look to flick it on, but the first head on it is the one with the red jersey, and he'll clear it out. Back up. A bouncing ball controlled down and taken away by the Skema. Cleared back in the long ball. No one there to pick it up, but it's bounced around playing with it. Rolls along, it goes just wide. What a chance there for Skema. Miscommunication between two hooligan defenders. And the ball was knocked wide on a great chance just inside the box. And you hear a Skema chant coming from the French supporters. And it continues to get louder as they run out of time. 0-0 still the score. We're down to the last few minutes of this half. The goal kick cleared all the way across half. And it's knocked down and out of bounds off of a Skema player. And a throw-in controlled by the hooligan, centering pass cleared back out by the defensive Skema. Bouncing ball ends up on the foot of a hooligan player, but he elects to play it one touch and mishits it. So Skema takes control, and they'll bring it back across half. Good chance coming in transition here. Plenty of space. Cross. No one there to receive it. It'll go out of bounds for another goal kick. And it is starting to look more and more like we will see a penalty shootout as it's cleared back up by the hooligans, and we enter the last few minutes of regulation time. A good chance coming here, though. Skema plays it outside down the near sideline. A centering pass knocked away by the defense of the Green Street Hooligans, and they'll find space trying to turn it back up. Held on to in the midfield by Skema, and an errant pass out of bounds, and the hooligans with a good chance coming here. They'll throw it in down the sideline. Poked in front, poked along, and a great grab by the keeper. The best chance of the game goes to the hooligans, and an excellent play made by the Skema keeper to turn that one away, and he'll punt it out. Long bouncing ball cleared back up by the hooligans and knocked up to half, where Skema will gain control. Skema playing with it in that center circle. They'll look to switch fields. That pass stolen away, but taken right back by the forward for Skema. Down the left side, controls it in bounds, stepping into challenge, but losing the challenge. The hooligan player playing advantage now. Skema centering, cleared away, but pops straight up, still in the box, bouncing around, and finally knocked out by a hooligan defender. And a Skema player still down on the ground. A hard tackle, no call made. They played advantage, the right call to make for the referee. But we'll hold on for a second as the Skema player is helped up. And all this time now is just wasted time for both sides, who need to score here in the next minute or two, or this half will end and we'll be looking at a penalty shootout. Just past half field, thrown in by the hooligans, flicked on by the head of a Skema defender, controlled down by the hooligans. Cross coming across, wide open. He's got time to settle. He does. Makes one more pass into the corner, and it's poked out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick. I'm not sure why the first hooligan off the cross didn't take the shot. He had plenty of time and space, and he elected to make one more pass, and clearly that didn't work out. So a goal kick coming here for Skema. Booted back up And headed along. High ball knocked down by the Hooligans and popped right back up before it is headed out of bounds by the Hooligans for a throw-in. The Hooligans asking for an illegal throw. The back foot of the Skema thrower came up. No call from the referee, though. The Hooligans get it down in the near corner. They'll hold on to it, knocked out of bounds. They'll call it a corner kick, and I'm not sure that's the right call. It looked like it went off of a Hooligan player. But a last-minute corner and a great chance coming for the Hooligans. And here comes the kick. Great play across, sliding in, and the save is made. A sliding kick coming from the Green Street Hooligans, and it's held onto by the keeper and cleared all the way back down, where it'll be picked up, and eventually it'll be punted back out. Excuse me, it looks like it's going to be a throw out from the Hooligan keeper, and a hard challenge, whistle blown. There will be a foul called, and it looks like it will go against Skema. Some words after the play has been stopped. These two teams certainly don't like each other, as we continue to see these teams arguing with each other. All the Hooligans players getting up. High arching kick up to the top of the box, flicked on by a Hooligan player, and the ball rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. And it looks like that will be it for regulation. We will head to a penalty shootout, and here we go. Neither team with a goal yet, and it will be Skema who starts the penalty shootout. Straight in on goal. Horrible PK right at the goalkeeper. Easy save, and a chance for the Hooligans in round one to take an early lead here. Here comes the first kick taker for the Hooligans, and a chance for a 1-0 lead. And we'll have to wait for the Skema players. I'm not sure why 3 of them are down there, but they should be back across half. Here's the kick. The keeper guesses wrong, and great placement from the Hooligan player. 1-0 after round one. Here comes the second kick taker, one of the best players and the top forward for this Skema team. They need him to make this one badly. Rips it top left corner, upper 90, excellent placement, great power. That one wasn't going to be stopped. And so the second shot coming here for the Hooligans, again a chance to take back their lead. Another excellently placed ball. Guessing right was the keeper. And you see the frustration on his face there as he kicks that ball away. That ball just out of his reach. But a great play. You cannot fault the goalkeeper on that last one. So after 2 rounds, a 2-1 lead for the Hooligans. Third kick taker for Skema here. Hits the corner, and everyone going left side right now. In fact, the only miss of the 5 kicks taken so far was kicked straight in on the keeper. And you hear a lot of boos coming from the Skema sideline, and he loves it. The Hooligan player that has really upset these Skema fans all game will get a chance to give the Hooligans back the lead. Here it comes. Easily makes it. And he silences the crowd. 3-2 lead now after 3 kicks for both sides. The Hooligans with the lead. If Skema misses and Green Street hits, it is over. Everything is big at this point. And the crowd quiets down for this one. Quick release, upper 90, what a shot. And the first kick taker to go to the right side for Skema hits. And this can guarantee extra rounds for the Hooligans if they go 4 for 4 here. Here's the kick. A guess from the keeper is wrong, and another goal for the Hooligans. 4-3 lead in the penalty shootout for Green Street after 4 rounds, and this is it. If Skema misses or if Green Street makes, the game is over. Skema again up first. Here it comes, hesitation, shot, score. Excellent shot under pressure from the Skema captain. And now it comes down to this kick. Green Street has been perfect in the penalty shootout so far. If they remain perfect, they are intramural soccer champions. He lines up the kick. Here it is. Score! It's over! The Green Street Hooligans, intramural soccer champions. They storm the goal scorer in the corner. The final score, 5-4 in a shootout. A great effort from both sides. A 0-0 regulation score. Green Street goes perfect in the penalty shootout. And Skema misses their first one and will go through the handshake line now. But a great effort from both teams. So that will do it for our intramural soccer championship coverage. Again, the final score in a shootout. Green Street Hooligans 5, Skema 4. You've been watching Intramural Soccer on Wolfpack Sports Television, bringing you into the pack.